What's up guys, this is Sapphire and I'm bringing you another exciting replay from the PSI Storm tournament. It's sponsored by Western Digital, organised by Cybergamer and run by Dell. So really interested here, this is from the opening round and this is the ace match of a best of 3 between Legionnaire, who spawned as the yellow Protoss, and Soft, who spawned as the red Zerg. Now Soft opened with that super cheese all-in drone rush in the first game and Legionnaire was too good for it, but then Legionnaire was a little bit cautious about what he was going to see from Soft, probably expecting cheese, and tried to really early zealot rush himself, but wasn't successful. So now we're all evened up, and it's Metalopolis. Close positions, just not so great from a Zerg perspective, and Legionnaire will probably be a little bit more confident once he sees this, but you would expect a more standard game on Metalopolis. But then again, this is coming from the guy in the first round of a $5,000 tournament that he went through a huge qualification process to make it through. Opened with a 12 drone rush. So who knows what we're going to find out here, and who knows what Soft's going to throw at him. But I would personally expect a more standard game, but you never really know. And we are seeing really early gateway here from Legionnaire, coming out a 12 gate, just a little bit fast, but then again, he is up against Soft, who knows what to expect from. And that's an advantage in a tournament like this that everyone's treating with absolute seriousness and really preparing for quite well, is to just open up with some crazy, cheesy all-in just to throw your opponent off. But this is Legionnaire, he has lots of tournament experience, including televised tournament experience in Korea. So really interested to find out how this is going to end, and we are seeing an aggressive opening again from Soft, going with the hatch first build that he used in game 2. He was able to hold on despite Legionnaire recognizing it and going for that zealot play. So I'm very interested to find out whether Legionnaire will alter his build and go for that zealot attack to try and disrupt this hatch first opening. Now given the positions, they are really not favouring the Zerg, so if Legionnaire 4 gates here, it's going to be tough for Soft to hang on to. He's probably going to have to resort to spine crawlers and most likely roaches. Now this game was played prior to patch 1.1.2, so the important thing to note here is that roaches in this replay only have the 3 range, not the 4. But they were still really, really good for holding 4 gate all-ins, especially when you're up against a line of spine crawlers and you're going to have tons and tons of gateway units in your base really early. Just seeing some early scouting from both players, just trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm really curious what Legionnaire is going to open with, whether he's going to throw down 3 more gateways or whether he's going to go for a different tech path. Very curious right now, especially with this hatchery finishing for Soft. He does have the Zerglings coming online here, so he is worried. He did cop very early pressure from Legionnaire last game, and looking like Legionnaire is just going to play a lot more standard. Got a couple of zealots for using them defensively, not going to send them out this time, does not want to weaken his front and let Zerglings run by, so he's looking to seal off his wall and prevent those Zerglings from getting into his base. And I'd be expecting to see more gateways going down, but no, we're seeing a forge go down. So that's an interesting choice. Curious as to what the strategy is right now. Is we are seeing sentries produced just to protect that ramp even further. And here comes Soft sacrificing an Overlord, and we are seeing a gateway coming online, so we may see a build based around +1 attack going on. You can come up with very nice timing attacks with the 3 gate into +1 from your forge and then going as soon as +1 is finished. It will be a little bit delayed though, simply because Soft opened with hatch first, so it's going to be a bit slow, and there's a bit of a mistake here. This drone's not doing anything, and looking like he's going to get this Overlord away. This sentry is really going to have its work cut out for it to stop this Overlord, especially if he veers to the right, which is what he should. He needs to click over here, which he is doing. But we are seeing a lot of Zerglings being produced for Soft. Speed about 30% done, and cannoning his opening for Legionnaire. This is very interesting. Not sure what his thought process is here. If it was Forge opening for cannons, you would have expected to see a cannon expansion, but he's obviously really defensive right now with only these 2 gateways and no tech building for Legionnaire. So that's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure what his strategy is right now, as we're seeing this probe just trying to scout but not really getting that much information. Not too much going on at Soft's natural right now. Got decent saturation at his main, but his expansion is just not mining all that well. Another sacrifice Overlord coming from Soft, looking like Soft is a bit confused, and I'm a bit confused myself, and I can see the base. So no +1 attack right now. Lots of minerals saved. You would expect these cannons he was thinking about coming into basically an expansion, but now we're seeing a robotics facility, so it's forge cannon defense off 1 base into 2 gate robo. So this is a little curious. Not sure what Legionnaire's strategy is here, but we'll see how it pays off against Soft, who's basically been able to get his natural online from Hatch First open for free. And we have seen a lot of heavy Zergling use as you tech from Zerg. So if you're going into a relatively early lair and you pump lots and lots of Zerglings, you can hold off really well, especially if you get an Evo chamber down to get +1 carapace to completely negate +1. But right now we're seeing a few Zerglings getting trapped behind this Stalker that was just trying to push out just a little bit, and it's just back and forth flotation. Really is finally trying to do a little bit more work on that Stalker. Got to be careful that he doesn't get a run by on these left-hand troops, as we see Legionnaire thinking about a push out, but these left-line Zerglings are going to be able to walk straight in if he's not careful. Finally trying to expand, and pushing out is trying to cover the expansion. Got a few sentries, so he'll be able to bubble his units nicely to keep the Zerglings away from the Stalkers, but it's going to come down to force field use. Looking like he's just going to try and take these units while they're a bit vulnerable. Sentry's getting surrounded. There is that force field, but Sentry's still able to be attacked. This is bad for Legionnaire. He's going to be wiped out from his troops here, and a huge swarm of Zerglings basically able to take out Legionnaire's troops in terrible positioning. The ramp is open once again, can run straight into the main. This is bad news for Legionnaire here. Finally warping in some Zealots, but he's already got the surround off. They're breaching, bringing back lots and lots of probes here as Legionnaire desperately tries to hold on. But looking like Soft playing completely standard with Legionnaire going a little bit crazy there, but no, he's not going to be able to hold on here. I don't think he's going to have this hatch count. He's going to have this Nexus cancelled. Lots and lots of Zerglings in the base, losing a bunch of probes. Looking like he's going to go for a Nexus shot. Don't know if he's going to be successful. Now he switches onto the probe line, still trying to get that cannon, for which he's pulled away from. Now these probes are just so thinned out. Even if he holds it, he's going to be in such bad shape. More Zerglings being produced as Soft smells blood, and looks like one of the tournament favorites is going to drop down to the lower bracket in this double elimination straight away. Nice force fields there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, as these Zerglings just continue to go to work on Legionnaire's base, and Legionnaire is in dire straits right now. He's got this nice pocket of protection going on. He's got the hero probes warping in a bunch of desperation Zealots, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Looks like he might somehow miraculously hold off his attack. These Zealots being paid overtime to try and work their way through this, but more and more Zerglings, 22 Zerglings in production. As long as this ramp is open, it's going to be too much, and there's the GG from Legionnaire. So this is a bit of a round 1 upset for Legionnaire here, going down to Soft, despite holding that cheesy drone all in game 1. Soft just turns it around in 2 successive games with Hatch First builds, which Legionnaire just was not prepared for adequately. So really good games there from Soft in the second and third. He just played standard and was too much for Legionnaire. Legionnaire is not eliminated, it's double elimination, so he goes down to the bottom bracket and he has to play his way through there. But winning through your way through the upper bracket or the winners bracket is just much better, because if you make it through to the finals, you have not been eliminated, so you actually have to be eliminated twice in the grand final, whereas if you come from the losers bracket, you've already been eliminated once. So the way that works is when you get to the grand final, the finalist from the upper bracket only needs to win 1 series, whereas the lower bracket has to win 2. So it's really advantageous if you want to win this thing to stay in the upper bracket. So Legionnaire is out of the upper bracket. He goes to the losers bracket, and Soft continues after that really surprising best of 3. More games coming up shortly.